He wiggles his hips in the lefty batter's box. Lopez's first pitch. Down and inside at 7:38. Just over an hour delay before we get this thing started. The infield starts with Glader Figueroa at third, Theo Hardy at short, Casey Cook at second, Quincy Scott at first. The first pitch. Zanatello takes a strike on the inner half. Julian Brock, Leandro Lopez, the battery pair for Hub City. Nazan Zanatello awaits the 0-1. Fastball just below the knees. 95 miles an hour. Good velocity from Lopez after an hour wait. Zanatello, another young pup, 19 years old. The pitch. Broken bat grounder up the middle. Cook snags it behind the second base bag, throws to first in time. Zanatello hit it off the end of the bat. That thing will not last another swing.
Even though it didn't come off the bat super hard, Lopez did a good job. That one kind of destined for his feet, and he jumped out of the way of it. Avoided any early danger here at Fifth Third Park. Let his defense do the work. They were well shaded up the middle. Cook over behind the second base bag.
Pitch to Nelly Taylor. Called strike on the outside corner. Just getting started after an hour rain delay. No score, top of the first, 2 outs. The lefty Taylor, the center fielder. 0-1 pitch. Down and in. Taylor only played 4 games against the Winston-Salem Dash, but he had 6 hits. 22-year-old draft pick out of junior college who's quickly becoming an interesting prospect for the Red Sox evaluators. 1-1. Fastball just a little low. Lopez will throw the normal fastball, then also the sinker. 3 off-speed pitches to choose from. Curveball, slider, and changeup. From the third base side of the rubber, working from the stretch, his 2-1. Swing and a miss. Taylor almost lost his helmet. Pretty aggressive inner half swing and a pitch that was nowhere close. Taylor takes time to get his composure. Infield back, outfield straight away. Base is clear. Lopez looking for a scoreless top of the first. His 2-2. Off speed, called strike 3. Curveball perfectly placed, top of the zone. Taylor goes down looking to wrap up the top of the first. Only an hour later, we're scoreless through a half inning at Fifth Third Park. Greenville goes down 1-2-3. Smith, Gutierrez, and Cook up next to face Danny Kerwin after the break on Fox Sports Spartanburg, 98.3 FM, the home of the Spartanburgers radio network. 1-0 to Marcus Smith. Spartanburgers lefty starting the bottom of the first. Righty Danny Kerwin kicks and delivers. Off speed outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Smith. Scoreless ball game after a 1-2-3 top of the first from Leandro Lopez. Much needed after Hub City starters scuffled last week. Kerwin, the 2-0. Smith bounces it down the first base line. It's foul. Marcus Smith just 4 for 22 on the season. With Dylan Dreiling, a late scratch from the lineup today, Smith takes his place. 2 balls, 1 strike to Marcus Smith. Danny Kerwin dealing from the extreme left side of the rubber. He delivers. Smith lines it up the middle, over Zanatello into center field. $100-mile-an-hour line drive. Zanatello got a lot of height off the ground, but still couldn't glove it.
I thought he had that for a second with how high he got up there. Almost took it away. Maybe just grazed the top of his glove. But a frozen rope from Smith. That's what you like to see. Heavy contact to start the game.
Right on right. Pitch to Gutierrez. Off speed, drilled a mile high. Behind third base. Lugo testing the waters. On the foul line, he makes the catch. Interesting to see each group of infielders and outfielders get adjusted to the dimensions of Fifth Third Park. Lugo's at third, Zanatello at short, Alcantara at second, and Feliz over at first. Hudson White behind the dish, catching Danny Kerwin.
Even with the winds not moving him at all tonight, it does seem like the ball's drifting a little bit there down the third base line.
Pick over to first, a low throw. Albert Feliz gloves it out. Marcus Smith dives in safe.
And of course, in shallow left, we've seen that be a problem spot for defenses. Just a long way to run for the left fielder, although Rodriguez played a little more shallow right now than we're accustomed to.
It is Yoferi Rodriguez in left. Nelly Taylor Jr. in center. Pitch to Cook. Called strike on the outside corner. Zach Earhart mans right. That's the Greenville defense. Casey Cook, Hub City's second baseman. Ready for the 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Off speed, belted deep to right. Long run for Earhart over near the corner. He runs out of room. It's foul. Hit up above the padding on the concrete facing of the wall. If Earhart probably had 5 more feet, he makes the play.
Second time in as many games where Casey Cook has really gotten a hold of one deep to right. Just a little out in front of that one, or else he might have had his second homer in as many games.
Just a long strike. 0-2, the pitch. Smith takes off. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw to second, very tardy, so Marcus Smith into scoring position. Cook down swinging, but a runner on second with 2 outs. Here comes Arturo Diesla. Every Spartanburgers stolen base is sponsored by Bojangles. Marcus Smith risking it for the biscuit to take second.
And I know Anthony Gutierrez did not mention that Marcus Smith could beat him in a race, but boy, he beat that throw out easily.
Pitch to Diesla. Down and in. Oh, called strike 1. Michael Cross puts Arturo Diesla in an early hole.
Gutierrez said he's the one guy that would give him a good race, but he would take him easy.
Right on right to Diesla. The pitch. Off speed, below the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike to the guy they call the Buffalo. He has been on a rampage over the past couple games. Diesla led Hub City with 14 total bases against Bowling Green. 1-1, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Smith on second, bottom of the first. Took us about an hour to get this game underway. Weather postponing first pitch from 6:35 to 7:38. 1-2. Kerwin delivers. Diesla stays alive, bouncing off speed off the plate. Lights are on at Fifth Third Park. We're in that early stage of dusk, where the sun, poking beneath the clouds, is starting to set beyond the third base dugout. The outfield tonight, all covered in shadow. We had perfect baseball weather last week. Still 1-2 to Diesla. Kerwin, the pitch. Fastball grounded to first. One big hop for Police, who picks it off his hip and taps the bag himself. No runs on a hit. Marcus Smith stranded on second. After one, no score between Greenville and Hub City. Back for the second on Fox Sports Spartanburg, 98.3 FM, the home of the Spartanburgers radio network. Scoreless game, top of two between Hub City and Greenville. Fifth Third Park playing host to the inaugural game in the I-85 rivalry. Leandro Lopez got through a 1-2-3 top of the first, and he starts the second with a strike at the knees to Zach Earhart. Greenville right fielder. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Earhart hitting in the cleanup spot. 4 doubles this year. No homers yet. Scouts say that he's got more gap-to-gap power than actual juice to clear the fence. Lopez way ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. His pitch. Up and in. 95-mile-an-hour heater. Leandro Lopez got through a clean first. Big accomplishment, not just for him, but for all Hub City starters. The 1-2. Off speed in the dirt. Last week, there were runs scored in 5 of 6 first innings. Whether that be top or bottom, there was a lot of early action. Fans arriving late missed a good chunk of the scoring. Lopez set. The 2-2. Off speed, Earhart chops it off his back foot.
I don't think they have betting lines for the no-run first innings in minor league baseball, but if they did, bettors would not be happy if they were projecting no-run first innings with the Spartanburgers.
2-2 pitch. Slider down and away. Andrew, you and I are not gambling men. Actually, we're not allowed to gamble on baseball. But there are probably some people out there who get their fix in. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 95 at the knees. Earhart cut over it. Back-to-back Ks for Leandro Lopez. Sat down Nelly Taylor Jr. looking to end the first. Now gets Earhart on a full count heater to start the second. Up next, the designated hitter, Brooks Brennan. Right on right matchup. Lopez delivers. Off speed for a swing and a miss. How about the drip, as the kids would call it on Brooks Brannon? One batting glove, 3/4 sleeves, the pitch. He checks his swing, held back on a slider. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Is that what's in style with the drip these days?
Now you're asking someone that's older than you. Lopez on the hill is 1-1. Bounce foul, third base side, where Greenville manager Liam Carroll knocks it down. Doesn't necessarily make the play, but grabs it down the warning track in shallow left. Lopez is a fashionista of sorts. I think he was probably top 3 on most clothes packed for the road trip to start the season. He was wearing sunglasses in the airport at 5 a.m. His 1-2, down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brannon. Nobody on, 1 out. Top of the second, no score between Greenville and Hub City.
That's a professional traveler move right there.
2 suitcases, and we're Southwest. You can check them. 2-2 pitch. Ring them up. Called strike 3. Slider works the top of the zone. 3 straight strikeouts for Leandro Lopez. Every Spartanburgers strikeout presented by Ingles, who makes a donation to Strike Out Hunger with every K in the Spartanburgers scorebook. Right on right. Pitch to Alcantara. Just below the knees. Sweet swinging second baseman has started the season really well for Greenville. Right now, Alcantara on a 7-game hit streak. Lopez, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Back foot flew out on a long cut from Alcantara. He is a singles hitter, not a power guy. 17 for 42. That averages out to over 400. 1-1. Chop to third. Behind the bag, Figueroa fails it. Fair territory. Throws across to Scott, who snags it to retire the side. 2 more Ks for Lopez. 6 up, 6 down for the Spartanburgers righty. No score after 1.5 on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM, the home of the Spartanburgers radio network. Bounce foul to Figueroa, flings it across the diamond. Good, get it out of your mouth. Bottom of the second, no score between Hub City and Greenville. First game of the I-85 rivalry. Just 33.2 miles apart. The 2 closest teams in the South Atlantic League. Danny Kerwin dealing to Keith Jones. Pitch. Outside to the lefty. It's Jones, then Julian Brock, and Glader Figueroa. Just made a nice play behind the bag at third. And the top of the second. 3 Ks already for Spartanburgers starter Leandro Lopez. Jones digs in. Kerwin's 1-0 pitch. Off speed, outer half. Ball and a strike. Kerwin's fastball can get up to 97. A couple off-speed pitches in the tank as well. 1-1 to Jones. In the dirt. Tough take. Swept in front of Jones's front hip. Two different breaking balls for Kerwin. The tight slider and then the sweeper. Almost a 10-mile-an-hour difference between the two. 2-1 pitch. It's the heater and it's up and out. Kerwin's also got a changeup in his back pocket. So fastball, slider, sweeper, and change. You can almost think of the first slider as more like a cutter. 3-1. The righty fires. Down and in for ball 4. Keith Jones with a walk. His team leading 12th to start the second. Marcus Smith led off with a single in the bottom of the first for the Spartanburgers. That's the game's only hit. He was left stranded on second. Julian Brock up next. Right on right. Kerwin, the pitch. Called strike. It's that cutter right in the top of the zone. Not too big of a leadoff first for Keith Jones. Feliz holds him on. 0-1. Fastball bounced off the plate. Foul. Michael Cross out behind the dish with a quick call. Brock behind 0-2. Kerwin has one of the more funky release points you'll see throughout the South Atlantic League. His back is almost to home plate when he comes set.
You would think that he's throwing the ball over to the third base dugout by the way that he sets up.
He peers home and delivers. Off speed, fouled back. With that release point so far to the third base side of the field, it's very difficult for a right-hander to pick up. Brock just fouled off that last sweeper, but his first couple swings have not looked comfy.
The more you set up over there, the more it will continue to run away from the righty, but it also, against lefties, runs into the lefty right into their swing path.
Pitch clock violation on Kerwin. Saw this in the first as well. He'll hold it for as long as he possibly can with a runner on base. Alcantara towards second, set up to turn 2. 1-2, draws a swing and miss, strike 3. Went back to the breaking ball. Brock couldn't touch it. So up comes Glader Figueroa.
The good news for Chad Comer and Hub City is that they've got plenty of lefty bats at their disposal. So tonight they go with 4 lefty swingers and a switch hitter in Hardy.
Pitch. Figueroa takes down and away. Ball 1.
And so far, both runners to reach base, 2 lefties.
Just in the early sample size, lefties 4 for 14 against Kerwin coming into tonight. 1-0 pitch. Popped up, foul. You talked about that before the game, Andrew, just the balance of Hub City's lineup tonight.
Yeah, and it feels like that every night, but one of the reasons it sticks out to me is when you look at the lineup that Liam Carroll has with Greenville. Pick off, throw the first, not close to check on Jones. He just doesn't have any lefty bats to use. He's got 2 lefties that he has first and third in his starting lineup, and then he's got 1 switch hitter.
Another pick. Close eye on Jones. Really, these throws haven't been anywhere close.
Well, Framey DeLeon is the only switch hitter, and he's off the bench tonight, the infielder for Greenville. So you just don't have a lot of flexibility when you look at the drive side.
1-1 pitch. Off speed inside to Figueroa. But
yes, when you look at what Chad Comer has done, he's certainly stacked it. I mean, it's even right through, all the way through his lineup, left to right alternating.
2-1. Figueroa fouls it back. Kerwin's given up 5 hits to lefties, just 2 to righties after Smith's single in the bottom of the first. We are currently in the bottom of the second. No score between Greenville and Hub City. Jones off first. 2-2 count to Figueroa, who's the 7-hole hitter. Kerwin, the pitch. Jones takes off. Way inside, almost clipped Glader. Jones has second for free.
Picked the right one to go on.
At looping breaking ball. Almost 2,700 rotations per minute. But Kerwin couldn't put it in the zone. 3-2. The payoff. Outside, ball 4. Good take on the off speed from Figueroa, who shakes his head on it before unstrapping the protective gear and heading to first.
Already a pair of stolen bags for Hub City working on Kerwin on the mound. He's not the quickest guy to home, has a little bit of a higher leg kick that sometimes you see coaches try and trim down on in the lower level of the minor leagues or at the collegiate level to prevent runners from stealing so easily, but he still stays with a pretty high leg kick.
Pitch to Scott is high. It's up and in.
Both stolen bases so far pretty easy. No throw down on the latest from Jones, but Marcus Smith stole one easily. Dove in before the ball got there.
Jones takes off on the 1-0. The throw goes to second. It's really late, but Figueroa slid to the back of the bag, and they got him with the tag. Alcantara had to reach across to the backhand side, sweep all the way across to get Figueroa. Double steal on from Comer, and Heath Jones over at third, so not a total loss. But well, it puts the pressure on Scott to hit with 2 outs.
And it was a poor jump from Figueroa.
The pitch. Fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike to Quincy Scott.
Hudson White, the catcher, the backstop today for Greenville, does what most catchers are taught, try and go after that back runner when they try a double steal. But if you're the back runner, you're paying attention to the lead runner. Figueroa wasn't watching close enough. Took him an extra whole half second.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Hefty hack from Scott, but couldn't touch a slider.
So had White tried to throw down to third for Jones, it would have been not close at all. He would have been on the bag before the baseball got there. But Figueroa took an extra whole half second before he got on the move, and that made it a close play. Even with the bad throw, he was still at it.
The other thing that makes it a good throw is White avoided the big body of Scott. 2-2. Down and outside. Quincy Scott is a tough dude to get a throw around. At 6'5", 220, easily towers over many of his Hub City teammates. Full count. Kerwin comes home. Foul-tipped fastball, that's strike 3. Jones stranded on third to end the bottom of the second. That double steal really kills the Hub City momentum. After 2, scoreless between the Spartanburgers and Drive on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM, the home of the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Zeros on the board after 2 innings between Hub City and Greenville. Hudson White, Andy Lugo, and Albert Feliz due up against Leandro Lopez. Lopez has 3 Ks through these first 2 innings. But Hudson White, the Greenville catcher, is going to take his time digging in. The pitch. It's down and away. Lopez back on the hill. He delivers. Fastball on the outer edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lopez efficient through the first 2 innings. About to throw his 29th pitch. He delivers. Fastball over the outer half. Ball and 2 strikes. Lopez delivers. Hammered on the ground, foul. Figueroa had a beat on it to his backhand side. It rolled foul past Liam Carroll. White coming in, 7 for 35. Loose grip on the bat, shoulder high. The 1-2. Fastball floated to right center. Jones coming in, loses the hat, but makes the catch. On a sprint into right center, Keith Jones hawks it down for the first out. A great jump and steady strides from Jones. Anthony Gutierrez, the fastest man on the Spartanburgers, wasn't going to get there, but Jones playing pretty shallow at a good angle.
Off the bat of the righty, just kept tailing over toward him.
First pitch is low to Andy Lugo, the man who right now has the latest bat flip heard round the world. Lugo 12 for 44 on the young season. Lopez pegs the bottom of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Back on Saturday, Lugo flipped his bat 50 feet in the air after a walk-off single. He grounds the 1-1 through the left side of the infield, and it scoots towards Marcus Smith in the green grass. Not as far or noteworthy of a single as Andy Lugo knocked back on Saturday, but he's got the first hit of the game for the Drive.
If you haven't seen it, it's worth a view of the video that is put out there. It is shocking how high the bat goes.
The Spartanburgers certainly know about it, that's for sure. Bottom of the order, pitch to Feliz. Wave and a miss. Woo! Feliz tried to put a home run swing on a pitch that was nowhere near the zone. Lopez, a pause. And the 0-1. Fastball fouled back to our left, off the windows of the suites. Ricochets down to the 4th row, where an elderly fan makes a nice grab.
I'm just now, Ian, trying to put into perspective that bat flip. If it happened here at Fifth Third Park, it might be up at like eye level with us up in the 2nd level.
It easily clears the netting behind home plate. 0-2 to Feliz. Lugo on first. The pitch. Sinker down and out. Feliz more of a bench bat. Outfielder who's tonight playing first base. Rather sparingly used early on. 1-2. Off speed. Wave and a miss. Strike 3. Lugo tumbles backwards on the swing. Feliz, he can roll on back to the 3rd base dugout. 4th K for Lopez through 3 innings. Runner on first, 2 outs. And here comes the top of the order and Yoferi Rodriguez. First pitch. Check swing, it's in the dirt. Rodriguez did not go around. He had hits in 4 of 5 against Winston-Salem. Also walked 6 times. 1-0, the pitch. Runner goes from first. High fly ball, pop behind second base. Casey Cook's got a beat on it. former outfielder, makes the catch right on the edge of the infield dirt. That ends the inning. Greenville gets their first hit, but Lugo stranded on first. 3 scoreless for Leandro Lopez on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM, the home of the Spartanburgers radio network. Crossing the wires. Bottom of the third, Danny Kerwin dealing to Theo Hardy. Spartanburgers shortstop takes low and outside. Switch hitter batting from the left side. He's the 9-hole at the top of the order. Marcus Smith, Anthony Gutierrez coming up. Kerwin, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Hardy does a 270 over a fastball in the outer half. Started off with Hub City 4 for 13, Theo Hardy. 1-1 pitch. He squares, bunts it down the third base line. It trickles foul. Probably could have beaten it out. Andy Lugo playing deep behind the third base bag, went sprinting towards it. Trickled down the chalk on third base just for 5 seconds, and eventually skipped the foul. Ball and 2 strikes to Hardy, who's not wearing batting gloves. So he gets his bat back from Marcus Smith, who was just rolling around in the dewy grass. So has to wipe his hands off on the white pants, settle back in. Right on left, 1-2 pitch. Pop behind home plate, and it's out of play. Pitch. Blowing inside to Hardy. Greenville infield plays deep. Zanatello, the shortstop, close to second base. Lugo gives Hardy a lot of room down the third base line. The 2-2. Set the other way. Towering fly ball towards the foul line. Rodriguez over there, drifts back and makes the catch. Ooh, a couple heart-stopping moments for Yoferi Rodriguez, who traveled too close to the foul line, had to reverse course and reach over his head to make the play.
That's what we're talking about with that drifting baseball, Ian. We've seen a couple of guys overrun balls, and boy, Rodriguez almost did it there. It just, in the last 15 feet on its way down, likes to move back towards center field.
The first pitch to Smith. Knocked back, foul. A soft breeze drifting towards center field. Could have grabbed the baseball as it was coming from its apex. Smith hit a laser over Zanatello's head his first time up. 0-1. Off speed, Smith backs the hips out of the way. Like a Zumba move. Moves the count to 1-1. A deep breath, Kerwin deals. Down and inside, Smith again. Looking like he's about to start squatting in the lefty box. 2 balls and a strike to Smith in a scoreless game. Both teams have a hit. Kerwin the pitch. Pop to left. Rodriguez keeping tabs on it, and he makes the catch. Couple steps to his right. That one much easier for Rodriguez. Didn't have to speed towards the foul line. Just a few steps to his glove side. 2 outs, base is clear in the bottom of the third. Here's Anthony Gutierrez. High navy socks, short white pants for Gutierrez. The righty. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Tight sinker dives down and in from Kerwin. Spartanburgers have seen a lot of pitches, but haven't put too much pressure on Danny Kerwin. The 1-1. Check swing. Gutierrez can't touch it.
Best inning so far, I think, from Kerwin. That breaking stuff looks really good right now.
He's thrown 11 pitches in the bottom of the third. Gutierrez waves and misses at a slider. Nowhere close. That's a 3-pitch K for Danny Kerwin, his 4th through 3 innings. He matches Hub City starter Leandro Lopez, and after 3, zeros on the board between the Drive and Spartanburgers. Back in a moment on Fox Sports Spartanburg, 98.3 FM, the home of the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Scoreless ball game between Hub City and Greenville. For the play-by-play, here's Andrew Selver.
Already in top of the 4th, Zanatello leads things off and flicks the first pitch he sees back into the netting. No balls and a strike. Shortstop swings it from the right side against the righty starter for Hub City, Leandro Lopez. Trying to go the longest he's gone in a ball game this season here in the 4th. 0-1. Fastball just missed below the knees. 1-1. Lopez induced a weak ground out to the right side in the first from Zanatello, and he misses outside by just a hair. 2 balls and a strike. Lopez was much better first start rather than second this season. His pitch flicked back our way. Off the window in the booth to our right. Boy, if there were a visiting broadcaster here, they'd have a free souvenir. Instead, the windows are closed over there.
Better served that it goes to a Spartanburger.
Exactly. That's about 4 or 5 feet from our booth. We're not done for the year, I'll tell you that much. That's a guarantee. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, sit down. Oh, he landed it beautifully on the outside corner. Lopez just dropped the curveball on a silver platter. Strikeout number 5 for the Hub City starter, and there's one out in the 4th.
Give Julian Brock a lot of credit, too. He framed that thing perfectly at the bottom of the zone.
Brings up the lefty, Nelly Taylor, and the pitch. Wave and a miss. Changeup dips underneath the bat of the center fielder. Only 2 lefties that Leandro Lopez has to face are at the top of the lineup. 0-1. That's the curveball in there for a strike. 0-2. Set down Rodriguez on a pop-up to end the 3rd. Struck Taylor out looking in the 1st. And Nelly Taylor calls for his batter's timeout because he was in deep trouble in this AB. Leandro Lopez is really in a groove right now.
The righties and lefties matters when it comes to Lopez.
Pitch, check swing. He tipped it. No, he didn't, but he went around. So strike 3 called. They appealed down to first. Taylor couldn't hold up, and that is a 6th strikeout for Leandro Lopez tonight.
Right now, Lopez is sending above all numbers that you could throw at him.
Doesn't matter if he's facing left or right tonight. He's given up just 1 base hit, and that is the only base runner so far. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. First pitch to Earhart. Taken a ball just off the outside corner to the righty.
But how about this? Through his first 2 starts, righties were 1 for 13 against him. Lefties, 6 for 11.
Here comes pitch 50 of the night for Lopez. It's shot the other way on a ground to first. Fielded there by Scott. He'll toss to Lopez, who jogs himself into a 1-2-3 inning. Pair of strikeouts, 1 each way, and a ground out to first, a 3-1 put out of Earhart. Greenville goes down in order. Halfway through 4, 0-0 Greenville and Hub City here on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM, your home for the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Casey Cook stares at a first pitch breaking ball on the inside corner. First strike 1 to begin the bottom of the 4th. Still Danny Kerwin, the starter, on the mound for Greenville, and his pitch bounced on the ground right side. Backhand stop at first. Feliz flips to Kerwin, and he beats the base runner Cook to the bag for the first out of the 4th. 2 pitches, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. 0-0 between Greenville and Hub City. First ever matchup between the Drive and the Spartanburgers. Fan favorite Arturo Diesla, the cleanup hitter to the plate with one down and nobody on. He's got the power to put a run on the scoreboard with one swing. Right on right, the pitch from Kerwin. Outside. Drag the fastball into the left-hand batter's box. 1-0. Diesla bounced out to first his first time to the plate. Trying to keep a home run streak going. 1-0. Flipped back. Diesla picked up his first home run of the season Saturday in a blowout win for Hub City, 15-4 over Bowling Green. And he picked up his second on Sunday in a loss for Hub City. The pitch, swing and a miss, down to his final strike here in the fourth.
Easy to pile on and take aggressive swings when you are up 12 runs. But good to see that Diesla also has it in the tank when the Spartanburgers need it the most.
Went to dead center on Saturday and then onto the berm in left center on Sunday. The pitch, taken just above the numbers. That didn't miss by much with the breaking ball. Diesla's on Sunday came with Hub City down by 3 in the ninth. A solo shot to get things started. Hub City got the tying run on base but couldn't tie it. The pitch, fouled back the other way. Diesla battling here with Kerwin, who's just moved into a starter role in the last couple of years. Once he's gone to professional ranks. The pitch, that's crushed down the left field line, hooking a foul ball onto the concourse to the left of Chaser's corner. Probably wasn't going to get out of here, but boy, it was hit hard, and there was no chance Rodriguez was running that down if it stayed fair.
It had double written all over it.
Although you got to be careful with the bounces off of Chaser's corner out there. The pitch, swing and a miss. Chased out of the zone, and Diesla's down on strikes. He got the concrete maybe 10 feet above the padding before the yellow line in left field on Chaser's corner, and if somebody hits one straight off that concrete, left fielder plays it right, could be a close play at second. We saw that on Sunday with Marcus Smith. He played it about as well as you could and almost caught a Bowling Green base runner headed for second base. First pitch to Keith Jones. Popped up, back behind the dish. White ditches the mask. He races after it, and he runs out of room. And it hit a fan on the back. We had a young fan that was running over there to maybe make a play, and then decided last minute, no, I'm going to run out of the way, and didn't get out of the way. She's all right. Hit her in the back, but a nice fan went over and gave her the baseball that she has earned. Nobody on, 2 away, and an 0-1 count. Here to Keith Jones. The pitch. Bouncer back up the middle. 2 high hops behind the second base bag. The shortstop Zanatello has the muscle to get it to first in time. Jones down on a 6-3 put out. 1-2-3 go the Spartanburgers in the fourth. We're moving after the rain delay. 0-0 through 4 here on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM. Your home for the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Hudson White. Lopez has already set a season high in innings pitched tonight. He's faced one over the minimum through his first 4. The only blemish, an Andy Lugo one-out single in the 3rd. Right on right with Brannon digging in. The first pitch of the inning. Even a miss. Moved the slider away from the righty, and he chased after it. Lopez, across his first 2 appearances of the season, 5 2/3 combined innings. His pitch is bounced foul at the plate. Quickly ahead, 0-2 on Brannon. Trying to go 5 innings tonight, but even if he tosses another 0 up there, he'd need some offense in the bottom of the 5th to try and get in line for a first win this season. The pitch, bouncer down the left field line, foul ball. Brannon was just out in front of it and hooked it maybe 6 inches to the left of the third base bag.
That had too much giddy up for Figueroa to get a glove on it.
Laid out to his right, the third baseman did not get any leather on it. Up City dodges a bullet there. Probably 2 bases written all over that one. 2-strike pitch. Lifted to the right side, and it squeaks through in between second and first. It's a leadoff base hit for Brooks Brannon the other way. DH leads off with a base hit. That brings up Alcantara. Second baseman 0 for 1 with a grounder. 5 innings would tie a career high if Lopez could go that far here tonight. Needs 3 outs to get there. His pitch. Backs Alcantara off the plate. Ball 1. He's done it 3 times previous, but hasn't done it in over a year. The pitch. That's bounced through the left side, 6-hole into left field. First to second for Brannon, and the first 2 reach with base hits for Greenville here in the 5th.
Both well struck, too. Almost 100 miles an hour off the bat. Both Brannon and Alcantara, who keeps an 8-game hit streak alive with that single.
Brings up the catcher, Hudson White. Not the fastest guy out of the right-hand batter's box. A ground ball could prove pivotal here for Lopez. His pitch, that's hit a mile deep to left field. Races Smith back to the track. He shies up short of the fence, and he makes a lunging grab. His throw is cut off, and both runners tag up on a deep fly out from Hudson White, who just missed a home run. It still proved to be a difficult test for Smith, who nearly misplayed it out there on the track and had to lunge to his left last minute and make a grab with his arm extended. Second and third for Greenville. Andy Lugo up to the plate. He had the first hit of the night as the infield moves in. First pitch, taken a strike at the top of the zone.
Still a very long run for Smith. That ball went almost 370 feet.
Might be a home run in some parks in the league, but not here at Fifth Third Park. 0-1. Wave and a miss. Dipping slider into the dirt, and Lugo could not hold up on a 3/4 swing. You would love a 7th strikeout here if you're Leandro Lopez. 0-0 top of the 5th, 1 down, and second and third for Greenville. Base hit could put 2 on the board for the first time tonight. 0-2 the count, the pitch. Way high. Trying to induce the chase up near the neck. Lopez, a long stare in, finally gets the sign from his catcher Brock. His 1-2. Bounced foul. Went to the curveball. Lugo was out in front of it, but he just caught a piece of the barrel to stay alive. Fresh baseball on the mound for Lopez.
Lugo is not a patient hitter. He will be in swing mode, hoping to protect.
The pitch. Strike 3 called. Froze him on the inside corner. 7 strikeout is the biggest tonight for Leandro Lopez. And the defense can back up with 2 down. And the 9-hole hitter Albert Feliz coming to the plate.
Those 7 strikeouts tying his season high back in 2023, Lopez's last full year.
First pitch, that's a called strike on the outer black to the righty. Feliz, a strikeout victim his first time up. Hitting at just 105 so far this season. The pitch on the way. Beautiful bender. Get me over 12-6 curveball right down Broadway. Wasn't what Feliz was looking for, and he's down 0-2. Lopez trying to strand two in scoring position. His 0-2. Wave and a miss. Take a hike. Back-to-back Ks to end the 5th, and Leandro Lopez leaves 2 in scoring position. Drive go down empty-handed, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. Halfway through 5, 0-0. Greenville and Hub City here on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM, your home for the Spartanburgers Radio Network.
Want to mark that? Eduardo Rivera is up for them, 45, and Molares is up for us.
Thank you. Leandro Lopez has tied his career high with 5 innings of scoreless baseball tonight. Now Danny Kerwin trying to do the same. He's down in the count 1-0 to Julian Brock, and he misses low and away to the right-handed catcher for Hub City. It's 2 balls and no strikes to start the bottom of the 5th. 0-0 in the first ever meeting between Greenville and Hub City. 2 up. Up and in. Ball 3. Kerwin walked a pair in the second inning. Those are the 2 free passes he's allowed. Set down 7 straight. In danger of putting the leadoff man aboard here in the 5th. The 3-0 pitch. Not close. He dragged the fastball well outside. It's a 4-pitch walk to Julian Brock. Greenville had a prime opportunity to take the lead in the top half of the inning. Got runners over to second and third with 1 out. And then back-to-back Ks from Leandro Lopez to leave him there. Lefty Figueiredo to the plate. Swings at the first pitch and rockets it down the right field line. It's a foul ball. Another close call as he screamed it past the first baseman Feliz and just missed the chalk.
Very, very close, but I think Michael Cross got it right.
Right on left, the 0-1. Just missed the outside corner. Took a little off of the breaking ball at 79. Kerwin originally a reliever when he pitched in the MAAC with Ryder. The pitch, down and in, 2 balls and a strike. At the professional ranks, he's gone 5 innings twice, and he's getting a mound visit here. As he's walked the first man, and he's down 2-1 in the count to Glader Figueroa with nobody out.
Figueroa got Hudson White with a little piece of bat as White was emerging from behind the plate to go chat with his pitcher. Bob Kipper also out on the hill. There have been some changes on the Greenville staff over the years, but Bob Kipper is a constant. They just call him Kip. He's been around with the Drive for 7-8 seasons.
He's got an extended conversation going with the battery pair of White and Kerwin, and now he's headed back to the third base dugout. In his final year with Ryder, Kerwin a 2.32 ERA out of the bullpen for 50 innings across 25 appearances, all in relief. His 2-1 to Figueroa. Smash. That's a fair ball into the right field corner. Look out, that's trouble. Brock got a great jump. He's going first to third. Figueroa holds up halfway between first and second and scurries back to first base safely. They're at the corners with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th for Hub City.
That is a smart base running decision from Glader Figueroa. That was a missile to right field, first of all. 105 off the bat. But secondly, if he went to second, Zanatello would be waiting there with the baseball, and he would have time to make a sandwich before Figueroa arrived at second base. By the way, Danny Kerwin headed for a sandwich and an early shower. His night is done.
Liam Carroll, the manager, comes and takes the baseball from his righty starter, who, after finishing at Ryder, spent a year as an undrafted, unsigned free agent. Then a clip of him throwing 98 got him signed 4 days later with the Red Sox, and now he's pitching minor league baseball in his second year in the pro ranks. He's done after 4 innings plus tonight. He's allowed the first 2 to reach in the bottom of the 5th. We'll get to the reliever for Greenville after this. First and third, nobody out in a scoreless game for Hub City. Bottom of the 5th resumes when we return to Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM, your home for the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Rivera, the big lefty out of the pen for Greenville. It's 6'7", 240. He enters into a jam. Facing the righty Quincy Scott, his first pitch zips in there at 95, but it misses up and away to the righty Scott. 1 ball, no strikes. Rivera enters with Julian Brock off of third and Figueroa at first. Nobody out. His pitch. Foul tipped off the mask of the catcher, White. He hangs in there. One ball, one strike. Rivera trying to protect what is a scoreless game in the bottom of the 5th. But he's in a real hole to try and do that. 1-1. Upstairs. 2-1 to Scott, who struck out his first time to the plate. Day ends after 4+ for the starter, Danny Kerwin. Just 2 hits allowed, but he is responsible for the 2 runners on. The pitch. Outside, 3-1. Two hits, 3 walks, 5 Ks on the ledger tonight for Kerwin. We'll see how many runs. 3-1. Foul back. Scott was hunting a fastball. He got a fastball, and he just missed the fastball. Gets another crack at it. Count runs full. Rivera enters into just his second appearance of the season. Gave up 1 run across 2 innings in his first time out. The lefty deals and catches the outside corner. Strike 3 looking. Scott had ditched the barrel. He thought it was ball 4. That is a big timeout. Ground ball could get Rivera out of the inning.
Rivera get him with a backdoor slider.
Lefty deals to the righty, Theo Hardy, who lays down a bunt foul up the first base line. Hardy's got some speed, so you imagine that was not only bunting to score the run, but also trying to reach base safely as he tried to push it up the first base line. Switch hitter who moves over to the right side against the lefty Rivera.
You ask Rivera to make a play off the mound.
Pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased after a dipping breaking ball in the dirt. 0-2.
The book on Rivera is that his stuff is electric. And even through a batter and change, we've seen it already. It's just about control.
Ahead in the count, 0-2. Searching for back-to-back Ks. He deals. Swing and a miss. Went back to the well. Dipping slider below the zone, and Hardy strikes out on 3 pitches. Quickly, 2 outs, and still first and third for the top of the order, Marcus Smith. Tell you what, it felt like Greenville missed a chance in the 5th. In the top of the 5th. First pitch to Smith. That's a called strike on the outer black. If Hub City leaves 2 on here in the bottom of the 5th, it'll feel like they missed an even bigger opportunity.
Rivera has come in and pounded the zone.
The lefty deals. Up and away. Ball and a strike. Lefty hitting Marcus Smith was not scheduled to get a start today. A couple hours before the game, he replaced Dylan Dreiling in the leadoff spot. Like for like sub, 2 lefties, 2 outfielders. Delayed steal from first, and the throw to second skips away, and that allows the lead runner Brock to come in and score. Hub City just fooled him on the base pass. Figueroa a delayed steal. The middle infield allowed White's throw to skip all the way into shallow center field before corralling it, and that allows the first run of the game to score.
Zanatello late arriving at second base means there was a communication error. Either Feliz at first or someone in the dugout did not let the middle infield know that Figueroa was going.
The pitch. Launched high into shallow left field. Rodriguez camps under it. Now he comes in a few steps and he puts it away for the final out. Not before Hub City scores the first run of the game on a pair of stolen bases. They're running all over Greenville tonight, and through 5, it's 1-0 Spartanburgers over the Drive. Stay with us here on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM, your home for the Spartanburgers Radio Network. AFO called to the bullpen for Hub City as we head to the top of the 6th here at Fifth Third Park, and it comes with now a 1-0 Hub City lead. Mylan Felix faces the top of the lineup, and his first pitch is swung on and popped back foul and out of play off the bat of Yoferi Rodriguez. Felix ends the day for Leandro Lopez, who, after Hub City put up one in the bottom of the 5th, is now in line for the win. The pitch. Taken, that's a strike, even though it bounces out of the mitt of the catcher, Brock. No balls and 2 strikes. We'll get you the final line for the starter Lopez after this at-bat. The pitch from Felix. Well upstairs, ball 1.
Andrew, we've got both players, pitcher and batter, from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. A very proud baseball breeding ground.
A couple of young guys as well as the pitch rises way upstairs, brings Brock out of his crouch. Yoferi Rodriguez, the top prospect on this drive roster. According to MLB Pipeline, he's the number 11 prospect in the entire Red Sox org. Just at 19 years old, the pitch, wave and a miss. He goes down to his countrymate Mylan Felix for a first strikeout out of the pen for Hub City's righty.
Heard those two chattering in the clubhouse before the game. Felix was heading into the weight room. Rodriguez had just finished up batting practice. So I'm sure there were some friendly jabs exchanged between the two, and I'm sure that feels good for Felix.
He wins battle number 1. Perhaps a couple more battles this week. First pitch swinging, strike 1 to Zanatello. Comes up empty-handed, hunting that inside fastball at 95. Felix works exclusively from the stretch. He kicks, he fires. And he just missed the upstairs corner of the outside corner to the righty Zanatello. It's 1-1. Final line on Lopez tonight. He goes 5 innings of 3-hit ball, does not allow a run, and strikes out 8 with no walks. The pitch. Breaking ball low and away. 2-1. Not quite as good as David Davalio's performance from last week, but it was pretty darn close from Lopez, and really until that last inning of work, it was about equal to it. Gave up 2 hard-hit singles in the 5th. 2-1. Muscled up the middle. It's caught on a line. Diving it short. Theo Hardy took away a base hit. It just floated in the air for so long, headed for center field, and Hardy, ranging to his left, laid out and plucked it out of midair. In on the hands of the shortstop Zanatello, and his fellow shortstop had just enough time, as that one felt like it held up there in the air forever. 2 down for Nelly Taylor, the pitch. Nubbed foul at the plate.
Hardy's shown he can handle shortstop just fine, playing here at Fifth Third Park. True hops all last week, even with the rain today, all throughout this week.
0-1. That catches a piece. Quickly 0-2, and Mylan Felix is staring down a real short first inning of work here. Strikeout, a line out, and how about his 0-2 pitch? Lashed foul. Trying to add a 3rd strikeout to the line of Nelly Taylor so far tonight. Strikeout culprit twice to Lopez. Another 0-2. Bouncer over to short. Hot shot and a backhand stab by Hardy. He throws to first. That is 2 beautiful plays from Hub City's starting shortstop. Theo Hardy sets down Zanatello and Taylor after Felix took care of Rodriguez swinging. 1-2-3, top of the 6th. Halfway through 6, 1-0 Hub City. Here on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM. Your home for the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Healthy crowd hanging in there tonight at Fifth Third Park as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Home team's got a 1-0 lead on the downtown rival Greenville Drive. First pitch of the inning on the way, and a hack and a miss from Anthony Gutierrez on a first pitch fastball out of the hand of Eduardo Rivera. The big lefty reliever stays out there for Greenville after he got the last 3 outs of the fifth, replacing the starter Danny Kerwin. 0-1. Another wave and a miss. That time he went off speed, off the outside corner to the righty Gutierrez, who could not hold up. He's chased a fair share of times already tonight. Went down chasing in the third. 0-2. Swing and a miss. One-handed follow-through, and it's a 3-pitch strikeout to begin the sixth. Already the third strikeout in 4 batters faced for Eduardo Rivera, who did pretty much all he could to avoid surrendering a run in the 5th inning. He entered with runners at the corners for Hub City and nobody out. He got 2 strikeouts to keep him there, and then some poor defense from his counterparts allowed the run. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner to the lefty Casey Cook. Hub City attempted the old double steal with runners at the corners. Later, Figueiredo at first took off. 0-1. That's a strike. Fastball zips in there for strike 2. Figueiredo was going to be content to hold up between first and second just to draw the throw, but neither second base Alcantara or shortstop Zanatello covered the bag. So by the time they got there, they received the ball in the outfield grass. 0-2 grounder over to the right side, fielded by the second baseman Alcantara, who threw it away. It goes all the way behind home plate, so Cook takes off and slides safely into second base. Some more bad defense from Greenville, who were relying on the pitcher Rivera to get over to first base. He probably doesn't beat Cook anyways, and then the throw wasn't anywhere near him. And it goes all the way back to the catcher, Hudson White, who had to retrieve, and who had no shot of throwing Cook out at second.
That's a big man you're asking to beat Casey Cook in a foot race.
We'll see if that's a 2-base error or a hit in an error. No matter the play, it's a runner at second and 1 out, and the first pitch is downstairs to Arturo Diesel. Didn't have enough time to tell you how the defense led to the first run for Hub City before more bad defense allowed to another runner in scoring position here in the home half of the sixth. 1-0. That skips in. Good stop behind the dish by White, lunging to his left to keep it in front. They rolled a single for Cook, and then he advances to second base on a throwing error from Alcantara. I think that's the right call because it seemed like he was going to beat out the throw to first no matter what.
It's really on Feliz to leave that thing alone and get back to the bag. The first baseman should be covering.
The pitch. Bounced foul on a huge hack from Diesel.
Feliz, a listed outfielder.
And he went almost all the way in front of Alcantara to try and pick that one up. If he just goes to first, it's a pretty routine play, I think.
And Alcantara, instead of having to hit 6'7" in stride, could just throw it to the first baseman stationary.
Single and an E4 instead. Huge lead over at second for Cook, and it draws a throw back there. He just kept shuffling and shuffling to third, and eventually Rivera looked back and spun and lobbed it back there for Alcantara. But he wasn't covering the bag originally, so it wasn't a close play. 2-1 to Diesel. Outside, ball 3. A bit similar over at first. I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but the play in the Yankees game the other day with Chandler Simpson that drew the attention because of the change in the scoring by the official score. 3-1 pitch. Diesel tips it in and out of the mid of White.
The play that broke up the no-hit bid.
Exactly, but Yankee fans were all up in arms because it was originally ruled an error, and then they got to the 7th inning of a Max Fried no-hitter, and then the official scoring changed and ruled it a hit, which it probably should have been ruled a hit originally, but you know those Yankee fans. They weren't thrilled. Never are when things don't go their way.
The other thing is Simpson is so fast. That'll always buy him the benefit of the doubt.
Is he ever? 3-2 to Diesla. Bouncer foul up the third base line. Used to play for Bowling Green Hot Rods, the last opponent for Hub City, as he made his way through the Rays organization. Former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. Time called as the reliever Rivera steps off the back of the rubber, and now his catcher Hudson White will go out for a chat. Still 3-2 the count to Diesla. Hub City's got a runner at second. That's Casey Cook with 1 out here in the 6th. Another play of Simpson has been circulating as well in the recent days, as people have marveled at his speed as they've grown to know his name as he's made it to the major leagues. And that was one from his college days, playing with Georgia Tech when they were on the road at Pittsburgh. We're ready for another 3-2 pitch to Diesla. Swing and a miss. Rivera wins the battle, his 4th strikeout, and there's 2 down for Keith Jones. So this play at Pittsburgh came with 1 out and Simpson at second base. And on a deep fly ball to center field, just straight up, no errors, Simpson tagged from second and scored. Left on left, the pitch. Down and away to Jones for ball 1. And if you watch the clip, you'll see Simpson was thinking score out of the box. There was no sign from the third base coach. He was running full speed ahead to third and rounding for home automatically. The pitch. Wave and a miss. 1-1.
There's got to be a scouting report on there somewhere.
Theoretically, but you can imagine you're the center fielder. You think, I'm taken back to the warning track. This guy's got great speed. I don't need to worry about anything. He's tagging. I got no shot. At third, that is, the pitch. That's a breaking ball in there for strike 2.
Well, the scouting report on the center fielder must read, he's got a noodle arm. That's the reason you try that.
I don't think it's that his arm was bad. I think he was just lackadaisical, and Simpson, with high baseball IQ, took advantage. 1-2 pitch. Taken high, ball 2. Hub City 1, Greenville nothing here in the home half of the 6th. 2 out with a runner at second and a 2-2 count to Keith Jones. I think Anthony Gutierrez might try that at some point here at the home park. 2-2. Bouncer foul.
If someone could ping one 411, scrape the wall in right center, I'd love to see him.
If there's any ballpark that you could try it in, I think it's this one. You can get a fly ball out to the warning track in center. That's at least 400 off the bat. Infield shaded to pull to the right side for the lefty Jones. Look back to second, another 2-2. Swing and a miss. The strikeouts just keep on coming for Eduardo Rivera. He's struck out 5 through 2 innings of work. He strands Casey Cook at second base, and we're through 6 of 1-0 baseball in favor of the home team, Hub City. Stay with us here on Fox Sports Spartanburg, 98.3 FM, your home for the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Top of the 7th here at Fifth Third Park. Another new reliever into the game for Hub City. It's Josh Malaris who throws a first pitch strike in there to Zach Earhart. AFL call to the bullpen comes after 1 inning of relief for Mylan Felix. Righty goes 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, just 1 strikeout. A 1-2-3 inning of work in the 6th. 0-1. That just missed the outside black to the righty Earhart. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ian, you remarked probably the best inning of relief we've seen from Felix so far this season as Earhart spoils away the 1-1 pitch. It's 1-2.
Felix in his first couple outings has had at-bats where he's looked totally in control, and then a couple where he doesn't exactly know where it's going. Last week he walked 5 Bowling Green Hot Rods.
He pitched to contact, that's for sure. 1-2. Low and away. After the strikeout of Rodriguez to begin the 6th, he relied on his defense, and Theo Hardy was the man to get the job done. He set down the next 2 batters with dazzling plays at short. 2-2. Flicked back. First, it was a lunging, diving grab on a line back behind second base, taking away a base hit from Zanatello, and then Nelly Taylor whistled one on 2 hops that got on Hardy in a hurry. 2-2. Half-hearted swing. It's a bouncer over to Hardy. He has to charge this one. Off-balance throw. Again, Theo Hardy. What can't this guy do at shortstop? That time a check swing bouncer from Earhart. Hardy came all the way in on the infield grass to field it. And then throwing from that sidearm slot, he threw a strike to first. First pitch to Brooks Brannon. That's a fastball in there for strike 1.
Hardy's so good with the range and also the burst. His first step incredibly quick to get to the right spot.
0-1. Hit on the hole at short. Backhand stop Hardy. 1 hopper to first. And the stretch from Scott. This is absurd from Theo Hardy. He's so happy he's running off the diamond. He thought that was out number 3.
That's 4 plays in a row, and you can just stack them on top of each other. Better, better, better. I don't know if we've got a best yet.
Play it cool, Theo. Surely this one's headed your way, too.
He puts up 2 to the outfield. Let him know.
First pitch to Alcantara. Taking a ball.
I mean, Quincy Scott might have had his big toe on the bag to keep that thing alive.
Deep in the hole at short. The backhand stop. Then Hardy zipped it intentionally on 1 hop to first. The pitch. High. It was probably his furthest throw from the target. Up that first base line, but Scott with the big long stretch. That tall frame. He held the foot on the bag. The pitch. That's hit high in the air into medium depth center field. You could go get it, Theo Hardy, but he'll leave it for Gutierrez, who sets down the side. 3 up, 3 down. A pair more of fantastic plays at shortstop from Theo Hardy. It's stretch time here at Fifth Third Park. 1-0 in favor of Hub City here on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM. Your home for the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Home half of the 7th inning after the Spartanburg Regional 7th inning stretch here at Fifth Third Park. 1-0 in favor of the Burgers. And the first pitch of the inning is a ball high, just above the zone, to the catcher Julian Brock. Still Eduardo Rivera on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. Trying to pile up the Ks. He's already got 5 of them, and he gets a swing and a miss from Brock. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-handed swinging catcher today for Hub City is 0 for 1. Struck out swinging in the 2nd inning, and then he walked and came around to score the only run of the game in the 5th with his first stolen bag of the season on a double steal from Hub City with first at 3rd. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Chased after the dipping changeup low and away. Ball and a strike. Run goes on the counter for Danny Kerwin, the starter, because he allowed Brock to reach. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 for Eduardo Rivera. He's doing everything he can to keep Greenville in it. And frankly, he did everything he could to keep it a scoreless game. But the double steal fooled Greenville and allowed that run to come across. Later, Figueiredo digs in. Left on left. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Good night for the 3rd baseman for Hub City. He's reached base twice. Walk and a single. Stole a bag, also got caught stealing. Twice a part of a double steal. The pitch. Dribbler foul up the 3rd base side. Second time was a whole lot more impressive than the first. First time he tried to do a double steal with runners at 1st and 2nd. He was the trail runner, and he didn't notice that the lead runner, Keith Jones, was running. 0-2. Way high. Bends out of the way of it. Figueiredo, after maybe 3 strides from Jones, realized, oh, I got to run here too, and then he was gunned out over at 2nd base. 1-2. Skips in. Second time trying the double steal, he was the initiator. He was at first with Brock at 3rd, and he took off for 2nd with 2 outs. He drew the throw out there, and he swept in safely to 2nd and allowed Brock to score from 3rd. 2-2. Wave and a miss. Chased low and away. Boy, they just keep on coming. Strikeout number 7 for Eduardo Rivera. He's only faced 9 batters, but that's probably the only 9 he's going to face because his manager is on his way to the mound. Whole infield converges. The call is made to the right field bullpen housing the Greenville drive. Great outing from Eduardo Rivera, but right now it might not be good enough. He allowed that run to come home in the 5th, and that is the difference maker. He strikes out 7, and he exits with no on and 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. We'll get you the new reliever for the drive after this here on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM, your home for the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Brand new pitcher into the game with 2 outs in the home half of the 7th. Isaac Stebbins, the new reliever, out of the pen for Greenville. He comes in with nobody on, and 2 out. And his first pitch is to Quincy Scott. It's a strike out of the hand of the righty reliever. Stebbins, a 2023 draft pick. Righty at 6 foot, 195 pounds. Side armor, deals it in there and just missed the outside corner at the knees. Ball and a strike.
It's the exact opposite of what you're going to get with Rivera. Right-hander, built on deception.
The pitch bends away off the plate, 2-1.
Just all breaking balls. The fastball will swing back and forth, arm side run towards the righties, and then the slider breaks away.
He deals. In on the hands, fastball jam shot, foul ground first base side. It gets to the seats, 2-2. Pretty good 1-2 punch here out of the bullpen if you can back these two guys up.
And for the Spartanburgers, you're just happy it's not Rivera anymore, because he was mowing through anyone that stepped in.
2 2/3 today for Eduardo Rivera. 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. 2-2. Taken strike 3 called on the outside corner. Strikeouts keep adding up. First batter faced is a backwards K out of the bullpen for the new reliever Isaac Stebbins. That strikes out the side for Hub City in the 7th. We're through 7 at Fifth Third Park. 1-0 Burgers on top of the drive here on Fox Sports Spartanburg, 98.3 FM, your home for the Spartanburgers Radio Network. Top of the 8th, and Hub City clinging to a 1-0 lead here at home against the Greenville Drive. Ian Unsworth takes you home on the play-by-play.
Thank you, Andrew. Seth Clark on the hill. He delivers just below the knees to Hudson White. AFL call to the bullpen, brings in a lefty. 4th pitcher of the game for Chad Comer and the Spartanburgers. Clark to the dish. Just outside. Brock couldn't catch it. Could have been a strike if he held on. Instead, it's 2-0 to Hudson White. 2 flyouts on the line of the Greenville catcher. 1-0 ball game. Spartanburgers ahead. The pitch. Off speed. Nicks the inside. 3 hits per team. One error on the drive. That was a throwing mishap from Alcantara, the second baseman, back in the 6th. 2-1. Clark deals. Check swing. Handcuffed him. Yes, he went around. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the 7-hole hitter White. Andy Lugo on deck. Albert Feliz in the hole. Mark Stairs home. 2-2. Just below the knees. 94-mile-an-hour heat. Clark also has the cutter, the slider, and the splitter. The payoff pitch. Head high for ball 4. Leadoff walk starts the 8th. Hudson White down to first. Greenville last threatened in the 5th. Leandro Lopez's last inning, but Lopez stranded runners on 2nd and 3rd. Here's Lugo, left on right, the pitch. In the dirt, Brock stops it with the chest. Keeps White at first.
And that's when one of those 2 Hudson White flyouts occurred. That might have been the most dangerous swing of the game, when he took Leandro Lopez to the warning track and left center almost. Had a 3-run blast.
1-0 pitch. Little high. 2 balls, no strikes. Marcus Smith chased it back to the track, eventually flipped the hips around and made the catch. But not before a little nerves from the Hub City faithful. 2-0. Off speed, called strike 1. Top of the zone, outside corner to the right-handed hitter, Andy Lugo. Came into tonight with 12 hits, added his 13th back in the 3rd. The pitch. Fastball knocked back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. White on first, does not have a stolen base. Lugo restraps the batting gloves and steps back in. Clark, right foot in front of the left, kicks and deals. Off speed, belted to right center. Gutierrez coming in the alley, makes the catch. Gutierrez has wheels and he could glide to the ball in right center. White stays on first. Bottom of the order, Albert Feliz stepping in. Twice a strikeout victim of Leandro Lopez. Gave up 3 hits, K'd 8 through 5 scoreless. His best outing in a long time. First pitch. Down and into the right-handed hitter.
Lopez in line for the win if Hub City can hold on to this 1-0 lead. Final line on Josh Molares, who pitched the 7th inning for Hub City. 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts.
1-0 backs Feliz off the plate. 2-0.
Not a whole lot to report there as Molares went 1-2-3 with a pair of groundouts and a fly out to center field. And I'm sure he has some nice things to say about Theo Hardy at short.
The 2-0. Popped up foul over the first base dugout. Hardy made 4 consecutive plays, 2 for Felix, 2 for Molares. Everyone made your jaw drop more than the last. 2-1 to Feliz. Clark deals. Chop third base side, foul. White made it halfway to second. He'll turn, go back to first. 1-0 lead. Spartanburgers hold it over the Greenville Drive. We're 2 hours into the ball game. We started an hour late because of a weather delay. Clark steps off. Feliz out of the right-handed batter's box. We've seen piggyback starts in the past for Hub City, but the plan to let each bullpen arm go 1 inning. Clark, 2-2, pitch. Called strike 3. Backdoor breaking ball, sits down Feliz. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. What a perfect spot on the outside black. Seth Clark painting with finesse. Left on left, top of the order, Yoferi Rodriguez in. The first pitch. In the dirt, splits the wickets of Brock, but he caught a piece with the shin guard to keep White at first. Just a 1-0 count. White pretty cautious off the bag. He's the tying run. Don't want to take any chances with the top of the order up. Rodriguez, 0 for 3. The 1-0. Rides high. 2 balls, no strikes. Always something twitching from Yoferi Rodriguez in the left-handed batter's box. He's constantly in motion. The 2-0 pitch. Down and in. Rodriguez saunters out of the box. Steps back in. Bright yellow batting gloves. The bat twitching above his shoulder. Clark, 3-0 pitch. Can't find a strike. Rodriguez unstraps the shin guard, the elbow guard, and those yellow batting gloves as Julian Brock heads to the hill.
Doesn't feel like Seth Clark really has the command of the fastball right now. So after that leadoff walk to White, he was really trying to battle with his breaking stuff to get outs of Lugo and Feliz, having to pitch backwards in those counts, and it worked to his advantage. He got the breaking ball on the outside corner for called strike 3 to Feliz, and there he just totally lost control of everything. So if he can get through this 8th inning, you'd feel pretty good if you're Chad Comer with one of your relievers going out without his A-plus stuff and managing to get you a 0 in a 1-run ballgame.
If you're watching on MILB TV, if you saw it, Willie and Bormy getting up in the pen. That would be the break glass in case of emergency plan if Clark struggles through the 8th. He's got 2 outs, but men on first and second. And Zanatello up, the pitch. Righty takes a strike, knee high.
Another example there. Slider to start the AB. That just tells you even more. He doesn't feel confident in his fastball.
Zanatello will swing and miss. 0-1. There's the heater, and he blows it by him for strike 2. 23 strikeouts for the 19-year-old drive shortstop. That's well ahead for the team lead. Clark, 0-2. Lefty deals. Down and in, but just missed. Zanatello's grounded out to second. The soft liner to short, and the K looking. Clark, the 1-2. Fastball fouled back. Zanatello right on time. White on second. Rodriguez on first. Spartanburgers 1, drive nothing. First game of 6. Clark, the 1-2. Off speed, driven to third, but Figueroa knocks it down, speeds to the bag, and ends the inning. 1 hop, then the backhand stop from the third baseman, and he beat Hudson White to the pillow. 2 stranded on the top of the 8th. Still Hub City 1, Greenville nothing on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM, the home of the Spartanburgers Radio Network. 1-0 Hub City, hoping to tack on bottom eighth. First pitch strike from Isaac Stebbins to Theo Hardy. Righty reliever in for his first full inning. Hardy, the switch hitter in the left-handed batter's box. We've got time as a baseball's wandered into deep left field. Rodriguez takes care of it, tosses it back to the fans in Spartanburg Community College, Burr. 0-1 to Hardy. Right on left, the pitch. Fastball a little outside. Spartanburgers hitters have struggled against the Greenville bullpen. Rivera struck out 7. 3 full innings for the lefty. Now the righty misses down and in. Hub City got its only run on Danny Kerwin, who still went through a strong start. 4 and change. Pitch. Hardy knocks a fastball to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Spartanburgers and Drive both have 3 hits. It'll be tough to sneak a run across against Stebbins, who hasn't allowed one this year. This is his 5th appearance. He's got 2 wins and a save as well. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's 6 consecutive Ks for Greenville pitching. $14 on the game for Spartanburgers bats, but doesn't matter if you're winning 1-0. Marcus Smith has one of the 3 Spartanburgers hits. He was the first batter to face Kerwin, and he ripped a single up the middle. The pitch. Smith squares, pulls back, and it's strike 1.
The bullpen so far for Greenville has only gotten 1 out that wasn't via a strikeout.
That was a fly out to left, and it was from Smith. The pitch. Bender called strike 2. Chance ringing around the ballpark. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Marcus Smith can't touch high heat.
Boy, there aren't a whole lot of competitive at-bats being put together right now.
That's 15 strikeouts for the Spartanburgers. That ties a season high. Pitch to Gutierrez, skips to the catcher. Gutierrez has struck out twice. Happened once in Aberdeen, once in Wilmington. The pitch. Called strike at the knees. Gutierrez takes down and away. Wilmington struck out 16 Spartanburgers 2 Thursdays ago. 2-1. Knee-high fastball, strike 2. Blue Rocks went on to win that game in extras. It was an 11th inning walk-off. Stebbins, the pitch. Gutierrez lashes a fastball foul. 2-2, 2 outs. Bases clear, bottom of the 8th. Anthony Gutierrez battling Isaac Stebbins, who delivers. Gutierrez holds up. Did not break the plane as Stebbins swirled a slider outside. Casey Cook waits on deck. He's 1 for 3. Stebbins, the payoff pitch. Down and outside, it's ball 4. Gutierrez knew it right away. Confident jog to first. here's the thing about Anthony Gutierrez. When he gets on, he will go. Hub City has stolen 4 bases already off Hudson White behind the plate. First pitch to Cook. Gutierrez off. It's in the dirt. White doesn't even have a chance to get a throw down. 5th stolen base for Hub City runners. Gutierrez off like a flash. He's got his 10th swipe of the year.
There's not many secrets out there with Anthony Gutierrez on the base paths.
The pitch. Cook takes down and away. 2-0. As soon as Stebbins got the baseball back, pitching coach Bob Kipper hopped out of the third base dugout. Stebbins walked Gutierrez after 3 straight strikeouts. Now he's down 2-0 to Cook. And the last man you want to see, if you're Bob Kipper or anybody, the Greenville defense right now is Arturo Diesla, who's waiting on deck. Because that's a game-changing swing. Nice embrace between Gutierrez and Zanatello on second. 2 young prospects that'll probably see a lot of each other, and have seen a lot of each other already, matching up on the Salem Red Sox and Down East Wood Ducks over the past few years in the Carolina League. The pitch to Cook. Backdoor breaker called strike 1. Gutierrez would be a threat to take third as well, but don't know if you want to run into the final out on third. He's dancing, he's going, pitch inside, it hits Cook in the shin guard. Gutierrez has to go back to second because any hit by pitch is a dead ball. A runner cannot advance.
Well, I'm pretty sure he had third base stolen easily there as well. So
oh, yeah.
He's got to give it up. But you do get the bat of Diesla to the plate, as you mentioned, Ian.
Big swing on Sunday, a solo home run. First pitch. Oh, called strike on the inside corner. Stebbins with paint.
That Hub City bullpen would love nothing more than to see a base hit here.
The 0-1. Diesla hits a liner to left, but it's right at Rodriguez. It hangs up for the left fielder, who makes the catch shoulder high and ends the inning. Spartanburgers threatened with 2 outs, but strand 2 on base. To the top of the 9th we go. Spartanburgers 1, Drive nothing on Fox Sports Spartanburg, 98.3 FM, the home of the Spartanburgers radio network. Scoreless innings from Hub City pitching. The The Spartanburgers lead the drive 1-0. To the top of the ninth we go. A fifth third save opportunity for William Bormy. 22-year-old stands 6'3", 175, and he'll face the heart of the Greenville order, starting with lefty Nellie Taylor Jr. Bormy winds and deals. Off speed, down and in. Taylor, Earhart, and Brannon. Just one hit between the three. The wind and the 1-0 pitch. Fastball called a strike. Right on the outer edge to the lefty Taylor. The 1-1. Knocked to the backstop. Hefty hack from Taylor, who stands under 6 feet but has some pull side power. Taylor's got 3 doubles and a homer on the year. Bormy, the 1-2. Off speed, jam job into the plate. Fastball, slider, changeup, and sinker for William Bormy. Once a starter, he's been converted to a bullpen arm. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Taylor loses the helmet as he swings over the top of off speed. Bormy handcuffed him with 87, top of the zone. 11th strikeout on the night for Hub City pitching. The first pitch to Earhart. Up and in. Right on right matchup. William Bormy's 41st career appearance from the middle of the mound. He deals. Check swing. Earhart held back. 2 balls, no strikes. Bormy, the 2-0 pitch. Right down the chute. Bormy's had a couple lengthy outings out of the bullpen. 2 2/3 in Wilmington for a win, and then 3 1/3 scoreless last week. He misses low and away to Earhart. 3 balls and a strike. Zach Earhart, the Greenville cleanup hitter, patient with these Bormy breaking balls. 0 for 3 on the night. Infield back, outfield straight away. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball a little high and a little outside. Earhart walks. He's the game's tying run. Brannon, the designated hitter, has 1 of 3 Greenville hits. Knocked the fastball the opposite way into right field. Right on right. Bormy checks first, steals home. Off speed, nicks the top of the zone for strike 1. Cook and Hardy pinched up the middle. Double play ends the ball game. Hub City leads 1-0. 0-1. The pitch home. Dives low and away. Spartanburgers' only run came in the bottom of the 5th on a double steal. Bormy set. 1-1. The pitch. Dives low. Tall righty retoes the rubber, staring towards Brooks Brannon. 12 for 46 on the season. 2-1. Runner goes from first. Swing and a miss. Brock won't throw. Julian Brock held on to the baseball. His other option, shuck it from his knees to second. And Earhart was already arriving.
That's a good decision by Brock. It's a mistake on the mound from Bormy. Never gave him a look.
A 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul. Brandon hits it off his front foot. At this point, if you're William Bormy, the batter has to be your only concern.
Now it does, but ideally you don't let a guy get a 5-step jump off of first and easily take second and scoring position here in the 9th.
2-2. A look at the runner on second, and the pitch home. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Brandon fans on a slider outside. 2 outs. Runner on second, and Marvin Alcantara coming up. Alcantara has a single. Squibbed a grounder through the left side. Right on right. The first pitch. Framed on the outer edge. Strike 1. Great work from Julian Brock to steal a strike on Alcantara. Leader in hits for the Drive. Bormy, the 0-1. Check swing, nub foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Spartanburgers lead 1-0. Earhart on second. Infield deep. Outfield rather shallow, ready to cut down the runner. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He went around. That's strike 3. The first battle in the I-85 rivalry goes to Hub City. Squeaking it out, 1-0. The first shutout win for the Spartanburgers on the season. Leandro Lopez goes 5, strikes out 8, and 4 bullpen arms pitched together for 4 scoreless frames and William Bormy's first career save. Even though there wasn't much offense, it took a total team effort. Great defense as well. No mistakes in the field from the Spartanburgers. You couldn't afford any with your pitching this sharp.
Pitching was phenomenal on both sides tonight, and it did come down to those defensive plays, right? The lapse from Greenville on the double steal comes back to bite them because a pitch later they were out of the inning. And that is the one blink of the eye that turned this tide of this game and leads to a series opening win from Hub City. That is a great pitching battle, though.
If this is going to be every night, we get 24 of these, Andrew.
Sign us up.
Spartanburgers take round 1. Hopefully we get a couple more marathons later this week. Tomorrow, 6:35, first pitch. We've got a Spartanburger debut as Colton Curtis will take the hill for the first time. Greenville's got the lefty Noah Dean on the bump. We'll be back for the post-game show from Fifth Third Park. Andrew Sulliver will take you through the few highlights we have from tonight. Mostly pitching and defense, quite frankly, and celebrate a Spartanburgers win with a check of scores around the South Atlantic League and the Rangers affiliates. Spartanburgers win 1-0 over Greenville. All those folks can drive 45 minutes west and tuck themselves right to bed. We'll be back in a moment from Fifth Third Park on Fox Sports Spartanburg 98.3 FM.